Hey, so Troy, how seriously did you consider joining the Tennessee Titans when Dick LeBeau was there in 2015? Like, was that a legit, consideration for you?
No, it really wasn't, man. When I had a tough conversation with the Steelers about the end of my career. So to me, it was pretty much in my court on whether or not I'd be able to play. I knew what it did with the Steelers, but when I realized, it's funny. As soon as I left the office, like all of those competitive juices were like, oh man, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I drove from Southside all the way to Wexford, which is about a 35, 45-minute drive. By the time I got home, I was like, I ain't going to do that. I can't do that. But when I realized I was done is actually in the middle of a game, because like to me, football, like I said before, was just fun. It wasn't something that like I really just enjoyed playing the game of football, and I enjoyed like running around, just switching up positions. Playing cover 2 from linebacker depth or blitzing from safety depth, and just like really like trying to push the envelope on how the safety position was played. And I remember in one game, I get an assignment where I actually have a lot of freedom to do what I wanted to do. And in my mind, I was like, okay, do this. I'm like, no, I've done that. And do this. I've done that. And do this. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play my position. And then that to me was like, man, I've exhausted like the creativity and innovation that I've had within myself. So to me, it was like, man, that was the first sign of me being done. And that was actually my last year.
Do you remember what game that was, Troy? Who you were playing against?
It was actually against the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
So to me, that's what I really enjoyed about the game. And I enjoy the practices, as I said before. But that's when I kind of knew my career was over, in a sense, for myself internally, to not continue to push the envelope or try to, prove points or whatnot.
And real quick before we transition to Superlative Pat, Coach LeBeau was your Hall of Fame presenter, by the way, and we all love Coach LeBeau. But what made your relationship with Coach LeBeau so special, Troy?
Man, to be honest, it's not that I was any more special to him than I don't think any other player. I think that if, anybody were put in my position, they would love him. And we all love him equally well.
No question.
He loved us equally well. So I can't say that I had any sort of special, unique relationship. We all believe that he loved us the most. I think that's one thing he had such a special skill of having. One of the interesting things that I often wonder about Coach LeBeau is, man, we loved him and respected him so much, but we knew very little about him.
No question.
Like we knew about all of his football stories, but he's so professional and so loving, man. And I don't know, like to me it was a no-brainer. To have him, not only because also for me it wasn't just about me, it was somebody that I felt represented our team, our defense, every single one of the players that we played together with. So that's also why it was a very obvious decision for me. It was that he represented us, and but that for him to introduce me would kind of is also paying homage to us in the locker room.
No question. No question.